So I wanted to come on here real quick just to talk about how the law of attraction has helped me so much deal with negative situations, negative emotions, and the shit that happens sometimes in life. We're humans. So this morning I woke up, I was really excited because it is the first of the month and it is a Monday. It's a brand new week, it's a brand new month, brand new intentions, brand new goals, a fresh start. It's a mini New Year's, and especially because it's like at the beginning, it's the first of everything, it gets me excited. So I was like, you know what, I got really into my journaling this morning. I wrote my gratitude, but then I also started scripting. I scripted a whole like journal entry on the day of December 31st, 2021, New Year's Eve going into 2022. So I wrote in the future as if it was present tense of all the things that I've accomplished in 2021, so I can attract that. Like scripting is a whole other thing. It's like writing as if it's already happened, and the universe will give it to you because you're writing it in present tense and you're feeling the emotions as if it's happened. But anyways, that's a whole nother technique. But so I did that and I was really excited. So I was like all in this manifesting mood, and then I open up my book and I start reading, and then I get a call from this company. Long story short, last year I purchased a vehicle. I had to turn in my other vehicle because it was a lease, and the only way I agreed to buy the new car was because the dealership promised that they would pay the remaining balances on that car, the car that I was turning in. And I was like, okay, fine, if you want, if you are going to take care of all of that, then why not get the new car? And then it turns out fortunately, so we're gonna find positives in these situations. Fortunately, I applied for a credit card, and then when I did that, the lady who talked to me said, okay, you're approved, but I just wanted to let you know that there's like this outstanding balance of like $2,222. And I'm like, what the heck, like why? And then come to find out that it was the dealership that didn't pay what they were supposed to. And so a whole maybe like 2 weeks of like getting in contact with the dealership, asking them why they were supposed to give me a check so I can pay that company. So it was a long process of asking where's the money, like did you guys send it directly or am I supposed to get it? But anyways, they said that it was supposedly sent out to me, but I never received it. So they wrote another check, and I went to pick it up, and then I cashed it in to pay that, but they only gave me like half. So I'm like, what? To me it just didn't make sense. I'm like, okay, so they didn't really promise me that they would pay the remaining because they didn't give me the full amount. So anyways, I still have a balance, and so the lady who called me this morning said that, okay, so I see that you paid the a little over half of it from the dealership, but the remaining balance is due now. And I'm like, what? Okay, well, in my head I was just gonna slowly pay it off over time because I didn't want that huge chunk of money out. But she said, okay, it's due right now. So I was, of course, when financial situations like that hit, like it's natural to feel stress, anxiety, and all this stuff that I did feel. And so when it comes to situations like this, like when I feel stressed, I allow myself to feel that way, and I tell myself it's okay to feel like this is normal, but don't dwell on it. And so after I was done being upset, being frustrated, being stressed, I told myself, you know what, like there's a lot of positives that will come out of this. There's a lot of positives that will come out of this, I know. And so what I do when I'm stressed out like this, I will journal. I will journal all the positives that come out of a situation like this. And like there was a lot that I listed, but one of the main ones that I felt very grateful for was that the universe is orchestrating things for you like years before you even realize it. Everything that's happening to you, it's for a bigger purpose. And so I started an OnlyFans like over a year ago, and because of my OnlyFans that I started a year ago, I was able to save up enough money to be okay and steady. So when stuff like this happens, I'll be okay and I'm able to cover that. it just sucks that I was, I was saving the money, and I don't like to see that big chunk of money gone, but I have it. And if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have had enough. I would have had to ask somebody, or have somebody spot me, and which is stuff I don't want to do. And so me realizing that that is a good source of income, and I'm so grateful that I did it, and that the universe has my back. And that is something that you always have to say, is that the universe has my back. And this is a quote that I heard from one of the podcasts I listened to. She says, success is inevitable and I'm always on the right path. So once I told myself that, sometimes it takes a couple times for me to say it to myself for me to finally truly feel it and believe it. After that, I just feel least resistance and least resistance. And when you're feeling least resistance, then more things can manifest to you. Like in this situation, it doesn't even have to be financial stresses. It could be a whole bunch of different things. I recommend journaling all the positives that come out of it, and meditate. Give yourself time to clear all your thoughts, and the problem will get smaller and smaller and smaller because you are not putting focus to it. Whatever you put your focus on grows. So you don't want to put focus on something that is gonna affect you negatively. So take a few breaths, take a few minutes to just clear your mind, and it makes such a huge difference, and the problem doesn't seem as stressful. So that is the two things that I do in negative situations that I can do right then and there. Like, it's not something that has to happen over time. Those are just immediate action steps that I take, so I'm not feeling anxious and stressed out all day. And then after that, I took my younger son to go on a walk to the beach park and just play in the sun. And then that, just finding all your stress relievers helps so much. Like, know what triggers your stress and know what helps it, and that makes all the difference. And so just understand that everything, it's not happening to us. We're not victims. It's happening for us. There's always something good that's going to come out of it. There's a lesson in this, or it may seem bad now, but it might propel us into a better future. So we always have to know that the universe isn't out to get us. God isn't here to punish you. It's happening for a reason, and we just have to sit tight. The more we react negative to it, the more negative we're gonna attract to us. So we wanna let things come in with least resistance and let them go with least resistance, so we can let the good things flow to us. And that goes with money, and this helps so much. Like, money is energy, and the more we resist it, the more we focus on not having it, the more we're not gonna have it. So I listen to a lot of law of attraction videos, and if you really want to start learning about law of attraction, I strongly recommend just going on YouTube and searching Abraham Hicks. There's so much to be learned out there by her. Anyway, she talks about how money is energy, and it's like breathing. You need to let it go to bring the air back in. Let it go, it'll come back in. So you need to let the money go, so you make room for more money to come in. Because if you're like stuck, it's like a dam, it's like it's stuck. I'm not letting the money out. I'm not going to spend any money. Then nothing can come in. You have to let it flow and be okay with it. Be okay with spending money, and know that it's not evil. It's not bad to spend your money. Like, you treat it as energy. If you feel very good about money, and you feel, money comes to me easily. If you have that mindset and that vibration, money will come to you easily. And so that was my thinking. And then I feel like, more positives that came out of this is I can speak on it, and I can share how I deal with it, how I deal with these emotions of like financial stress and all that. It's just knowing how to react to it and finding the positives out of that. It will also help me to release the money, because honestly, I do have the money and I just don't want to let it go. And so that was my blockage. That was the resistance that I was having. So for me to just be able to just release it and tell myself, if I let this go, it'll come back to me threefold, so that is what it has taught me throughout this whole thing, and I'm really grateful for that. So as humans, we tend to say, I'll be happy when I get this money. I'll be happy when this promotion happens. I'll be happy when this happens. But no, the universe says, be happy, then the money will come, then the promotion will come. Then it's always being in a state of feeling good and good vibrations that will allow it to come and flow to you. If you have these blockages, you're resisting it. And so this is it is a good learning experience for me as well, because I do practice law of attraction, and I'm a human. So this is a continuous learning process for me. When it comes to like paying bills, or you know, stuff like this situation, like where you're paying a lot of money, it's going out, and you feel stressed about it, don't pay the bill. Make sure you're in a good vibrational state when you do it, because when you're feeling resentment, when you're feeling stress, and you're feeling guilt or any of those negative emotions as you're paying the bill, that's causing a blockage. So when you get a bill like that, maybe it's like a medical bill or anything like that, when I got my taxes that I owe, I had to be in a good vibrational state. If I wasn't, I'd take a break, I'd leave it, and I'd come back when I'm feeling good, when I'm feeling better. If I'm still not feeling it, I won't pay it yet. So when you look at the bill, the Abraham Hicks explains like this little universal game where if you see your bill, just imagine it as a check coming to you, and then just see how like light your vibes feel. Like it won't feel so heavy and draining. You'll feel really happy and excited, like just imagining that $1,300 is written out to you, and then you get like this state of feeling good, and then, you know, write out that check and say thank you for this money, thank you so much. Just thank it, you know, have gratitude towards it, because that's what's going to allow you to attract more. Show gratitude for it, saying thank you so much for this bill, because you allowed me to pay for this, you allowed me to have this. Thank you so much, and now I'm giving it back to you, and I know that the money will come back to me again. So it's always being grateful that the money was able to take care of you in that moment, and then, you know, send it off. Like for me, when it came to taxes, it's hard letting go all that money, you know, like you feel like you've earned, but then you have to give it back to the, you know, the state, the government. So in those situations, just be grateful that you have taxes to pay, because if you didn't have taxes, that means your business wasn't profitable. So knowing that you have to owe, that means you made a lot of money, and that means that you attracted that, like you attracted all these sales to you. So just always finding positives in every situation, and this is what this situation has taught me. So that was just like my little rant that I wanted to share with you guys, just because law of attraction is such a huge part of my life, and manifesting and all this kind of stuff. And as humans, we are not perfect. Like there's gonna be contrast in the world, but the contrast helps us to gain clarity on our desires, on what we want. So once we realize what we don't want, focus on what we do want, and just keep putting focus on that, because what you focus on grows. Learning about the law of attraction over the years has helped me come to this point where I am not, my world isn't ending, because I know I'll be okay. For that, maybe like that first like 10 minutes that I had after the phone call, I was just stressed, but I've learned how to manage that. I've learned how to react, and I've learned how to handle it and change my mindset, and I learned what to tell myself, you know, to change my vibrations. It's all about the vibrations. So make sure you're telling yourself the right things. Make sure you're telling yourself that all is well. The universe has my back. I'm on the right path all the time. Things are happening for me, not to me. There's a greater purpose for this. And yeah, just wanted to give you guys a little bit of positivity from my little setback, but it's something that we can all learn together. But yeah, I hope you guys have a beautiful day, and I will talk to you guys later.